Hello. Ere corridor imo mena. It, it in my back corridor. Uh, hello. Don't worry, I will come into your day class. I want to. You hear me? Are you guys with me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Jonathan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we need more participants. At
All
least
right, sir.
5 people, yes. At least 5 people. I need at
Okay,
least
sir.
5 people to respond so that we can proceed with the class.
All right, sir.
Okay. We have others in the meeting now. So, very quickly, most of you may be meeting me for the first time today. My name is Frank Abebe, and I'm going to be your tutor within the next 6 months. And we are going to cover HTML from basic to intermediate. We are going to cover CSS. We are going to cover JavaScript, and we are going to cover PHP and MySQL. I noticed that most of you have some knowledge already in in programming in general, and some has done CSS, HTML, and a few other programs, but they have not been able to create a website and launch it on their own. So this class will guide you till the end so that you can create and update your own website, create and launch your own website effectively. So, what are we going to do today? I'm going to introduce you guys to HTML and how we can go about it. And the software that we are going to use is the Visual Studio Code. I told you guys in the group that Visual Studio Code is a code editor, that we are going to use Visual Studio Code for our programming. So I believe everyone must have downloaded and installed the Visual Studio Code. If there is anybody here who haven't downloaded his or her app, let me know. See, people come to the group and they don't want to. Meeting ended by host. Wait till the sub. I didn't end the meeting. Wait till that guy the type for group now. People did the meeting now. If there is anyone here that haven't downloaded his or her app, so you can let us know now. And I learned that
Yes,
some
sir. I've not downloaded it. What is the name of the app, sir?
VS Code, just Google VS Code and install it. I'll drop the link in the group now. VS Code. If you can't Google it, just follow the link that I'll drop. VS Code.
Okay, sir.
I'll drop the link now. So if you can't,
All right, sir.
so some of you are using phones to build your apps. This class, I won't be teaching with mobile devices. I'm going to focus absolutely on laptops, but some of our students here, like those in batch one, already know how to use phones, so they will guide you all along. And I may be helping you to read your code and debug it, but putting my effort on how to use phone is not what I'm here for. My effort will be on how to make you understand going about web development. So, okay, so what do we do? I'm going to proceed immediately. What do we do? We'll go to the desktop, go to your desktop, create a folder that you'll be using for your create a folder that you'll be using for all the website that you create in the class. So call the folder my camp websites. So if you have done that, I hope we all know how to create a folder. This class is not for creating of folders. I hope we can create folders.
Yes, so
Good. So I like getting feedback so that I will know if we are working or not, if we are understanding what I'm teaching. So for you to give me a feedback, all you have to do is to on your microphone, respond, then you can turn it up. So straight up, open your Visual Studio Code. When you open your Visual Studio Code, you're going to see an interface like this. So I'll close this welcome, and if you go to the menu bar, which is at the top, you'll see file there. You'll see file there. Click on the file and you can see new file. So, okay, there is new test file up there, which is Control N. You can click on Control N. You can say Control N or just click on that new test file. So if you have clicked on that, all you have to do is save. To save is Control S, or you can just click on that file again and scroll down to save. Click on save. Then locate the folder that you created for this class. So my own folder, I created my camp website. So I'll open the folder and I'll change the name of this file to index.html. So I'll save it. So I told you guys to do an assignment, do a research on components of website and HTML skeleton. If you have done that assignment, it means you understand what an HTML skeleton is. So it comprises of the head, the body, and the opening and closing tag of HTML. So for you to bring up your HTML skeleton, you don't have to type it manually. Just type HTML, and they will suggest, if you look at my screen, you see HTML5, you see HTML, and you see another HTML with another type of extension. So what we are using is HTML version 5. So I'll just select it and click enter, and you can see what we have on my screen. Can you see that? Can you see on your mic and respond? Can you see what I have on my screen? Turn on your mic and respond. I need feedback.
Yes, we can see it. We can see it.
Good. So if you can see what I have on my screen, you can see that line 2. There are numbers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are numbers that used to identify the lines where the codes are located. If you look at my line 2, you see HTML, language, English. So this is the opening tag of HTML. With time, you understand what opening and closing tag is. And if you come down here, you also see HTML, but there is a slash before the HTML. Can you see that? Can you see this slash? There is a slash here.
Yes, we can see it.
Good. So when you want to close a tag, the slash is what you use to close your tag. So right here, you can see body. One of the body doesn't have a slash, so that body is HTML, is a body opening tag of the body element. While this one with slash is the closing tag of that body element. So we also have the head and the head opening tag and the head closing tag. So what I want you to do, I want you to go straight. I want you to go straight to your body and type H H. When you type H, you'll see different type of headings. When you press H, you see H1, H2, H3, H4, H5. So you can also type it manually. I'll just take H2. So they will open H2 for me and also close it. So right in between, that is where you will type the text that you intend to display. So the text that I intend to display will be in between. So our text, it will be hello world. Here is exclamation. Hello world. This is my first website. So if you are with me, We have successfully we have successfully written our first website. So what do we do? I'll go back to my desktop. Listen carefully. I'll go back to my desktop. I will open this folder where I added my this folder that I'm using for the website. When you open the folder, you see that the index file that you saved to that folder is sitting right there. So what do? Just double click on it and it will open in your browser. So when it opens in your browser, you see, hello world, this is my first website. Can you see that? So if there's anyone among us that have been able to implement this, let me know so that I will know that you are following. If you want to talk to me on your mic, you can ask questions. If you want to ask questions, this is an introductory class. That's why I am this slow. Once you understand HTML tags and the rest, I'll be a bit faster. So if you have been able to write hello world on your screen, let us know. It's an introductory class. So nobody don't feel write hello world. Even Solomon, yeah, Solomon, you when they use
Yeah,
JavaScript, you should be able to.
I don't want to. In fact, it's what I'm doing on my laptop right now. So I don't just want to distract others.
Okay, okay.
All this one, is just the elementary. So,
Yes,
in
yes.
fact,
So,
I'm writing code already. Before the class started.
so I'm expecting
Okay.
them to do hello world at least so that we can
Okay.
continue because there are other things that we have to talk about.
Okay,
So
sir. Okay, sir.
let me see what they are typing in the group. If they
All
are
right, sir. I'm following, sir. Following.
okay. There are two links there. This one is to download Visual Studio Code. This is to download. And there's a description there now. This is to download Visual Studio program. The other one has to join the meeting now. That's not supposed to be difficult to understand. And the class members, I expect you guys to respond to other people in the group so that they can be carried along. This is for the meeting. Okay. So we have 11 people in the meeting now. So is there anyone that has been able to do this hello world? This is very simple. Because this class will last just 45 minutes. So if you cannot print hello world, it means I have not done my job. We have to go through it again. And if there is anyone facing challenges, I expect you to turn on your mic and respond. Respond. Okay. Since no one is facing any form of challenge,
Yeah, I've done it, sir.
good. Since no one is facing any form of challenge, we are going to proceed further. There are so many HTML elements that you use to create your websites. They have their different uses. Like the H that we just used, we have from H1 to H6. H1 is the biggest and H6 is the smallest. We have paragraph. When you want to type your paragraph, you use the P tag, which is P. So we are going to use a few of them. When you want to type an input, you use the input tag. We have the select, which is for options. We have so many tags that I'm going to use. So let's go quickly. Let's dive in. So paragraph, when I type the paragraph and hit enter, I will have the open and close tag of paragraph. Let me space it apart so that you can understand. This one without a slash is the opening tag of the paragraph element, and this other one is the closing tag of the paragraph element. So when you want to type your paragraph, you just go in between the opening and the closing tag and type this is the first class for bash 2. Most of the students are not responding, and it is very important that they are all carried along because this is a basic class and I have to establish the foundation for them. So we have been able to type our first paragraph. So we'll go to the browser. We'll go to the browser and take a look at our website. So when I go to my browser, there is an icon here in form of a circle. It's called reload. So when I click reload, you will see what I have typed so far on my screen. Can you see this? Can you see it? This is my blah, 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 and the rest. So what do I do next? If I want to add more paragraph to my document, I'll just have to create another paragraph tag. So P, enter, it will bring in the opening and closing tag of the paragraph. I'll say lorem 100. Lorem 100 simply means I want the computer to give me any document or containing 100 letter words. I don't want to type manually. So I'll just say enter. So let's go to our browser and click refresh. So we have our second paragraph. So let's say we want to draw a line here. Let's say we want to underline this place. What do? We just go to the bottom of that paragraph and say H arrow, enter, save it. Eh? Let's go back. You see the line there. H arrow means horizontal line. So what do? I will add another paragraph. It's very simple. P, enter, lorem 200. enter. Then I'll save. So let's go and take a look at our website. I'll refresh. So that's our third paragraph. Okay, so we can add, listen critically now. You may need to add lists to your documents. What do you do? We have the ordered list and the unordered lists. Unordered lists are those lists that uses bullets. If you are familiar with word processing, you should know what bullets are. Bullets, a kind of mark that indicates an important point. And ordered lists are those kind of lists that uses numerical orders and alphabetical orders. So, how do we go about unordered lists? All you have to do is to say UL, enter. So when you say UL, enter, it means you are telling the website that you want to create an unordered list. So the next question is, what are the list items? What are the items on the list? So for you to bring in the items on the list, all you have to do is to say LI, enter. It will bring in the list tag. So I'll just type the names here. So I know Jonathan and Solomon. So, and Solomon. So let me see other names that I can add. So we also have Aaron, we have Femi, and the rest. So let me add Aaron and Femi. I'll copy this to two different places. I'll say Aaron. Is that how to spell Aaron? I don't know. Femi. I'll save it. So let's go to our website and take a look at what we have built so far. So I will just refresh. So when I refresh, you will see that our list will be displayed on the browser. Questions, I want to take questions. If you have questions, you can ask now. Before I proceed. So within the next 1 minute, if there is any question, if there is no question, I'll continue with something else. I'll continue the class because we have a limited time. Any question? I don't know. You guys should ask questions, so please don't use the chat box. I don't have time to look at it. Okay, somebody is asking from the chat box, what am I using to run my code? Is it Love Saver? It's not Love Saver. You were trying to say Lifesaver, but I'm not using Lifesaver. I'm using my browser, my Chrome browser, to view my code. So what I'm using to run my code is Visual Studio Code. It's called Code Editor. So if I don't want to use Visual Studio Code, I can decide to add a live I can decide to add a live preview. I'll go to extension and say live preview. You can see it here. I have it here already. It will only ask me if I trust it or not. Okay, I'll go to the setting and enable it. Trusted. So I'll just close it. I'll click on it. So I can decide to use live preview. This is live server. That's what you are talking about. But what I was using before now is the mere browser. Okay. So I want to take your questions, ask your questions. The chat box is even open now, so you can drop your questions there if you don't want to use your microphone. So I expect you guys to ask questions. So the code editor that I'm using is Visual Studio Code, and I dropped the download link on the platform so that you can easily download it on your personal computer. In the next 11 minutes, this class will close, and I have not gotten any question from any of the students. Okay, since there is no question, we'll proceed further. So, I've been able to add limited time. Yes, I know. I have 10 minutes. Let me do what I have to do. I've been able to add on ordered lists. On ordered lists also have types. So, what are the types? We have round shape bullets, and we have the square type. So, if I want a square type of unordered list, all I have to do is to write here type. This is called an attribute. Eh? I will impute an attribute called type, and the value of the attribute will be square. So how do we spell square? I will save it. So if I go to my live server now, if you look at my live server, you see that we have square bullets here. Why? Because I changed the type to square. The default is the circle. So what are we going to do next? I'll proceed to show you guys how to create ordered lists. And I went forward. I explained what ordered list meant before I started creating the list. I said ordered list uses numerical values like numbers and Roman figures. Why? Yes, and it also uses alphabetical orders like small letters and capital letters. So how do we create the ordered list? OL. Just type OL. Ordered is O. List is L. So just type OL and hit enter. The opening and closing tag will show up. So what do? I will the computer is expecting me to type in to give it the items that I want to display on the list. And how do I do that? I'll say LI to tell them that this is the list, one of the list items. So what do? James. So I'll copy this list into different places so that I can just edit it. James. I'm even wasting my time. Let me just take this and put it here. So when I save this, when you scroll down, you can see that we now have Jonathan as number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, Femi. So we have been able to have create ordered lists. Okay, this class will close in the next 6 minutes. We have been able to create ordered lists. So what do we do next? I want us to create another type of ordered list like Roman figure. So I will just copy this list. I'll copy the entire OL, the entire order list, and I'll paste it in the next line. So what do? I just want to change the type attributes of that list to Roman figure. So when I change the type attribute to Roman figure, you see that we already have a list with Roman figure here. So there are other types that you can also explore, like we have Roman figure A. If you do that, you see it here. We have other types. We have capital letter A. So you see it there. So that is it. So I've been able to create the list. Apart from this list, we have what we call nested list. So I'm not going to talk about nested list today because that will be too complicated for you. I've not even taught group 1, batch 1 nested list. So what do we do next? I'm going to teach you guys how to import an image. Why am I doing that? Because after this class, I'll give you an assignment. So how do I import an image? First of all, I need the image to be inside that my folder. So what do? I will just download a random image. So image pictures of seminarians. I'm not sure I got that right. Good. So what am I going to do? I'm going to download this picture and save it right inside that folder that we are using so that okay, my camp website, so that we can import the image into our website. What do I call this? I'll call it pastors. Pastors. The extension is JPG, pastors.jpg. So what do I do next? I'll go to my Visual Studio Code. I want to import that image. For you to bring in an image, all you need to do is to use the img tag, img. So when you see img tag, all you need to do is to click enter. So it's a self-closing tag. It doesn't have opening and closing, only have opening. It's a self-closing tag. So right here, you can see SRC. SRC is the source. The source, which is where you want to bring in the picture from. And we have auth here. Auth is the alternative text. Just in case your browser did not load appropriately, your alternative text will be displayed in the browser. For example, pastor's image, pastor's picture. I'll save it. So if you look at the bottom of my lifesaver, you can see a broken image. And that text that I just wrote there called pastor's picture. So, but if I have the picture addressed correctly there, it will not show this alternative text because the picture is there. This alternative text only displays when the picture is broken. So how do I bring in the picture? I'll go inside the quotation mark of the source and I'll type in the address of the picture. Pastor, the picture is pastor.jpg. So when I type pastor.jpg and I scroll down, we have our picture inside our website. The person want to ask question, I'll be waiting. So we have our picture. So this is my lifesaver. Let me go to my browser and show you inside my browser too.
I don't know for the you are so
So if I refresh this, you'll see that we have this picture. I can decide to move this picture to the top. Let me show you. All I have to do is to copy that line of code and take it to the top. I'll just cut it. So cut is Control X or Control X. I don't know how you pronounce it. Highlight it and say Control X. That is cut. So I can go to the top. Let me say below. Let me do it below the heading and paste it right here. So when I scroll up, I will see my picture right below the heading. So we are in order. If I refresh my browser, the location of my picture have changed successfully. So I think that's the end of this class. So you can put your questions in the group. Since you did not ask questions, paste your questions right in the